Welcome back to the Caregiver Minute, where every weekday family and professional caregivers gather to refine their skills, gain inspiration, and prepare to serve. I recently had the privilege of participating in and attending the Idaho Healthcare Association annual convention. And one of the speakers there was a man named Dennis McIntee. Now, some of you watching the Caregiver Minute, even in other parts of the United States, have probably seen Dennis because he's presented at a number of conferences. One of the things that he talked about in his presentation about drama-free teams, I thought was very impactful and could help any of us, whether we're caring for people professionally or in the home. He was talking about the fact that feelings tend to influence our behavior heavily. And when we're feeling afraid of something, it really has a big impact. Our threat detection system as human beings is very high. And when we're afraid of something, we do everything humanly possible to avoid that thing that we're fearing, whether it's real or just a perceived threat. So in confronting this fact that feelings, especially things like fear, will heavily impact our behavior, Dennis asked the question, what drives our feelings? And he pointed out that our thoughts are what affect the way that we feel. He said that feelings are basically a story that we tell ourselves, connected with the thoughts that we have about the world and how it works. And an exercise he invited everyone to do when they're feeling some frustration is to simply fill in the blanks with the statement, I feel blank because I think blank. If you can get really clear on what thoughts are driving your feelings, then it becomes easier to confront those thoughts and to consider, is that really what I believe? Is that really how things work? Do I need to enhance my understanding of the situation? We all grow up with ideas that we may have to confront and reconsider as we get older and we have more experience and we're exposed to people that had a different background than we had. If you grow up in an environment where the dominant thinking is that this world is a very dangerous place, and few things are more dangerous than human interaction, and you're likely to get hurt or put on the spot or have some other emotionally distressing situation. If that's what you've seen, then your experience with the world is likely to be a strained one. It's likely to be painful because there are many different things that will trigger an anxious, fearful response. But if you confront thinking like that and say, I feel fear because I think this situation is dangerous. I think human interaction is dangerous. If you start confronting that idea that human interaction is fraught with peril, then you might come to a different conclusion that allows you to have greater joy in your experiences with other people. So I think Dennis McIntee really hit it on the head when he invited people to engage in this mental exercise of saying, I feel blank because I think blank. So if you haven't tried that, I invite you to consider some of the feelings that are driving your behavior and just ask that question. Fill in those blanks. Give yourself an opportunity to learn in that way. It'll be interesting to see what you uncover in your own life and how that can be leveraged in your relationships with other people and how you approach things in the world in general. I hope that's helpful to you and the people you serve, and I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow for another episode of the Caregiver Minute.